If this is your first time in my life, my name is Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. I am the apostle and pastor of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated, and my beliefs are deeply rooted in the ATRs. The ATRs are the African traditional science by which we harness, direct, and disperse energy, frequency, and vibration. To each and every one of you guys, first of all, salutation to my madrina, to my padrino, to my oba, and to all of my brothers and sisters in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, Congo, and Palo, Mystic, and Ajax. I want to say to each and every one of you guys, thank you so much for going through whatever this is dealing with when it comes to technology. I want to say, first of all, thank you to my madrina, to my padrino, to my oba, and to all of my brothers and sisters in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, Congo, Paulo, Mystic, and Ajax. Thank you to each and every one of you guys that have been a part of our platform and that have allowed us to interact with many as we can melanated people. On this particular platform, we teach universal laws because they are applicable to each and every one of us. And one thing that I'd like to do is to talk about this subject matter. First of all, I want to say salutations to my Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, and Virgo. Hello to each and every one of you guys, and thank you for hanging in there with me. I don't know what the technology problem is, but we're gonna persist if we can. I want to say also thank you to each and every one of you guys with your support of my platform and also my website. And thank you each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for the birthday wishes and the birthday love. Thank you so very much. It was definitely appreciated on yesterday for Happy Father's Day. And I want to say to each and every one of you guys, really thank you for participating in that. I don't know if we're having a technological problem. But as you come in, please let me know whether we still have a glitch, because I don't want to give out the information if we don't have the people that can actually hear me. But I do really appreciate you guys letting me know that. But I am definitely endeavoring to give out as much as information as I can to each and every one of you guys that chime in. Thank you for hitting that like button. Thank you so much for how you guys have been visibly supporting this platform and allowing many of us to encounter the knowledge, wisdom, understanding that we share on the platform. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys. Try to hit that like button. Thank you. So at least I know that whether you are going to be visible or not, that you actually hear me. I want to say also on today, this is Moon's Day. This is Monday, lunar energy, and I want to talk from the aspect of dealing with the conjure when it comes down to your moon sign, and how this is applicable to each and every one of you guys, no matter if you're Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, Congo, Palo, Mystic, Ajay. It doesn't matter whether you're an atheist, if you're in the church or not in the church, this still applies. I want to say, first of all, my subject is some things you can't fake. And a lot of times, and I'm going to say this, a lot of times the people are calling things fake because they have little to no knowledge about a particular practice, a particular science. Some people call things fake because they don't have endurance. They don't know how to endure hardness as a good soldier, so therefore they never wait to see the end of the results of whatever working or whatever prayer or whatever prophecy has been given. A lot of people are fake or they're disingenuous and not always intentional, but it happens. And because we don't understand that we have to sit down first and count up, because before you get on before you purchase a weight loss program. Your mind need to already be made up. You shouldn't be going into a weight loss program having your trainers to convince you you should lose weight. I've seen this this program, my 600 pound life, and what that, thank you so much. What that indicates is that a lot of those people are not committed. They're not being genuine. They know they need to lose weight, and they want this doctor to perform surgery on them, even at the severity of his license or the severity of their life. And a lot of people, when it comes to conjure, they don't want to go through all the proper protocols that are necessary, and for a person to do protection work, or a person to do money work, or work on a court case. They come into this like it's hocus pocus and not really trying to understand. And when I say being fake and disingenuous, I'm gonna give you the definition. It says fake is not a genuine or counterfeit. Fake is a thing that is not genuine, a forgery or a sham. When it comes down to the ATRs, a lot of people don't want to admit that they don't put a lot of emphasis on accountability. They're not allowing themselves to be put in places and spaces that they can actually learn. They're not taking the proper courses. I don't care if it's hoodoo, voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, Congo, Palo, Kimbanda, or Kamdemle, whatever. I don't care if it's hoodoo or Obia. I don't care if it's Christian work. I don't care if it's Catholicism. Each one of these pathways, you have to have a certain level of commitment. And it's disingenuous to, thank you, Demetrius. I'm coming across now without interruptions. It is disingenuous to be a part of a tradition that you're trying to be a part of outside looking in. To go into a tradition expecting people to be something to you that you lack in your home life, or you lacking in your relationship life, and for other people to assume these responsibilities emotionally and mentally. When it comes down to the ATRs, sir and ma'am, it is a life journey. Just like if you do yoga, if you do karate, it's a life journey. You have to be genuine. I don't have any unrealistic expectations of my padrino, my madrina, or my oba, and anybody else that facilitates that elay. Because I have an understanding that I have personal responsibility to learn, to be educated, to utilize my energy, my frequency, and my vibration necessary. When I say this ain't something you can fake, when it comes down to what your time is being invested in, that's what I mean. If you say that you are about this life, thank you so much. What's up, my 69? If you say you're about this life, you should understand the cycles, you should understand the phases, and you should understand the seasons. Well, just because somebody declare out their own mouth, they're grown, they say what they want to say. Just because somebody declare this is my season of victory. If you don't understand your seasons, my particular seasons are in Aries. My moon is in Aries. I need to understand the phases, the cycles, and the season when it comes down to that energy. I need to understand that there's a season where there's going to be planting. There's another season when they're going to be reaping. There's a season to mourn. There's a season to rejoice. Everybody on this planet has and operates in certain seasons. There's certain things that grow in the same season. Therefore, you get multiple harvests with certain things. But other things have to, sometimes when you catch in the middle of the season, you're not going to get the full benefit. Thank you so much. Maybe my broadcast is going out now. I came in the house to hook up to the Wi-Fi. This is really, really important. Some things you cannot fake. You cannot fake your investments. You cannot fake the time that you're spending with your ancestors, because at some point it's gonna show. Some point what you've really been doing in the closet is gonna show on the outside world. The reason why you see people that are trying to do microwave is because these people are not genuine when it comes down to hoodoo or voodoo. Anytime you have the intention or the mindset to get something quick, fast, in a hurry, you can't say you being genuine. When you ain't taking out personal time to have a better understanding, you can't even say that you and that person got into it because it was obvious. But a lot of times you having bad relationship with people because you're being disingenuous. You don't understand how, when I say energy changes every 21 days. When I say to you as a certain man that man is not even in your category. Just because you having sex with somebody don't mean that y'all on the same page. I believe that people are disingenuous when I foretell you something before it even happens. What's up there, my Boaz? Thank you for joining us. When I tell you something beforehand, if you had genuinely took my advice and my expertise, then you would not be in the situation that you're in. There's a lot of people that when all this stuff start coming down the pipeline, they're gonna want us that have did what you had to do to give them some of your oil, because they're gonna create an emergency and they're gonna say you're not right. That's not what would Jesus. They when somebody is desperate, when they have not prepared for life, they'll say anything. And you're gonna have to be like the 5 wise. No, you need to go down there and buy what they said, or you ain't gonna get none of my oil, because you ain't finna make me miss my destination. It's gonna come down to that level of seriousness. People, you keep that mindset that everybody trying to get over you. You keep that mindset that ain't nobody right but you. You keep that mindset that you the only one got a heart and you just love people. That is not genuine. First of all, you can't tell me how much you love me because you ain't went through nothing with me. The rubber has never met the road. I ain't gonna know how much you have respect for what I teach until we get into a debate, an issue. I've had people that left my church that we ain't even had an argument. It was so disingenuous of why they left. And there are people in your life when you walk in this walk. I'm talking about this spiritual walk. When you walking in your ATRs, I cannot fake my healing. The numbers don't lie. I cannot fake my level of protection because I have too many people attacking me. If I really didn't know my shit and my stuff like I did, then there were people out there on social media making videos debunking my teachings, my knowledge, my understanding, my clarity of spirituality. If they do it to the other ones, they will do it to me. But they don't want to get in those crosshairs. It ain't that everybody like me, and everybody that's in my particular traditions want to support me. It's clear that they don't want to support me. If they can't rag on you, if they can't make a mockery of you, they don't want to deal with you. A lot of people, and I've said this, and I said that in my other live before it got cut off. I'm gonna say this again. You're not genuine. You're being fake. You're not being genuine. When you can serve African deities, African Loas, African Nkisi, and mistreat the very people that designed those African sciences and look like the image of those African deities that you're calling upon. A person can't do right by you when they are already judging you. You're not being genuine. You're being fake. Because a lot of times you hear people use that, throw that word around. Oh, she fake or he fake. That's a scam. Or let me tell you what. I'm gonna tell you what spiritual forgery is, because I'm going to define what natural forgery is. The fact that I can write like my mother does not give me the legal right to sign her checks. I don't have a power of attorney. My mother whooped my ass so till I write just like her. When I was doing my penmanship, that Virgo did not play the radio. Okay? What's up that my rhyme? And the reason why I'm discussing this natural forgery, because you don't have authorization to be signing off on spiritual things. You're not licensed, and you should not be signing off or okaying things because you're not an elder. You're not a participator. When I remember, we all have spiritual signatures. We have frequencies, vibrations. When you hear people talk about destiny swap, that's somebody who's trying to forge your identity to allow your spirits, your stars, whatever came here to work for them over you. They make you the imposter while they try to represent your personal identity. That's what spiritual forgery is. You're signing off as you're me and you're not me. You're out here declaring knowledge that you did not go through for. Come in here, somebody. You did not go through any of my trials. The thing that makes me authentic and genuine to anybody that watches me and follows me is this. I am always the first partaker of any service. Any service. You see me offering to my platform, I already did. I tell you about an herb, if I tell you about a crystal, it's something I'm already utilizing and something I've already perfected. I've already gained a certain level of skill set. This is why this is important. Because there are people, you got people out here regurgitating information that they themselves do not know what that information can yield. I was in a situation, ex-mother-in-law, and she said these words to me. She said, I don't know how she put up with you. I would have never married you. I turned, she a Cancer, I'm a Sag. I turned around and looked at her. I said, I never asked for your sorry hand in marriage. She said, what you said, Black Bastard? I said, I never asked for your sorry hand in marriage. Why you can't deal with me, I didn't marry you. We're not in covenant. There are certain people that I hear that they're fake because they're putting themselves in spaces and places that ain't got nothing to do with them. When you operating outside of your lane, when you operating outside of your economic bracket, when you operating outside of your measure of your gift, your talent, or your ability, you are being fake. When I'm saying something to you, it's because I have a resume. Come on here, somebody. You got to know when somebody has a resume, because I can challenge your testimony because I have a resume. But I can't challenge your testimony if I don't have a resume. You can say anything. Oh, this don't work, that don't work. I ain't heard or seen nothing. Not only can I challenge your testimony because I'm not fake, I got witnesses that can testify along the lines of my particular testimony. Because you're not the first person I have helped. You're not the first person that I have dealt with. You're not the first person that I have seen that type of dilemma. It might be a big mountain to you, but it's a molehill to me. I'm not telling you you don't see what you see. But what I am telling you is that you don't have a right to try to change my angle, my perception, because you have no experience with what you're dealing with. Or some of you have been through cycle after cycle and you ain't learned nothing. You're not genuine when you have went and had sex with other people. And you're trying to demean me based off your experience with them. Because I'm not them and they ain't me. The reason why I enjoy my sex like I do is because I don't go and compare myself to nobody. I'm going to do something with that box that only I can do. See, when you are operating as an individual in the age of Aquarius, your individuality is what creates your signature. It creates your identity. It makes somebody desire you or not you. Huh? Because Bob can have more interest than me, but Bob don't have a better stroke than I do. See, you can't demean me and my character and my function and my skill set because I'm not fake. I'm not disingenuous. I'm not saying something that if you look at my website, if you look at anything that's attached to me, whatever I put out there, I can back it up. That's being genuine. Whether you believe it or not, that's irrelevant. If you have tested it and you bear false witness, that ain't on me. Because I can challenge you. I can cross-examine the witness. You can be false or true. You can be cross-examined. Because people that practice and people that live this life, they're going to know whether you're telling the truth or a lie. They're going to know if you're going by what you experienced or what you heard. How can you have my experiences when you are not attached to all 9 realms of the spirit? How would you relate to me? How are you going to be able to relate to Donald Trump when Donald Trump was born rich? That's the only life he knows. Just like only life I've known was magic. I want you to stop as black people, melanated people, just throwing around the word fake, sham, forgery, and not really understanding that a lot of times you fall in that same category because your fake energy, your disingenuous. How can you be into ATRs part-time and want full-time benefits? You being fake. You want to put in $20, but you want $20,000 back. You're being fake. You're being disingenuous. You don't even want to respect the cycles and the phases that energy have to go through in order to manifest your desire. You don't want to put in the proper time of endurance and consistency. You want the same results that somebody. How I'm going to go to the gym, this other guy going to the gym or woman, 6 days out of a week. Not only I don't go but one time, I don't put it but an hour into that workout. And then in the hour, I ain't working out the whole hour because I'm resting. That's disingenuous. That's being fake. And then turn around and say, oh, I didn't get nothing out of that particular fitness club. There ain't nothing wrong with Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Congo, Kamdemle, Kimbanda, Obia, Hoodoo. Ain't nothing wrong with these traditions. What happens is you got a lot of fake people that come out the church and they done learn in the church to fake it till they make it. In other words, con you into believing they're already at a frequency and a vibration. Huh? Con you into believing he got a certain amount of inches and experience. She gonna con you into believing she got a snapper. And that cat ain't got no teeth, which means no grip. But she done led you to believe, to buy into the idea or the fallacy. I call it bait and switch. When you real and you genuine, there you look for real. I already know it takes something to get something. To make money, you got to spend money. I can't say I want to get healed. And let me tell y'all something. I'm 52 years of age. I'm in a place in my life because of what I did many years ago that got me 30 years at UPS, that now that I'm going through some health issues, I got the time invested. Because when you ain't got nobody to take care of you, this is why I believe that people are so fake. You live your life like you got gold or something buried under the earth. You out here talking to people, places, and things like you got a ram in a thicket. You walk around here and disbelieve things simply because you ain't never heard it. Not because it's not true. You act like you and your family that tight, that if you got down sick, that they gonna ride with you. You're being fake. You're not being genuine. To accept people for who they are is being genuine. To try to make somebody something they're not is being fake. To try to get me to be an air sign or earth sign or water sign, you're being fake. I'm a fire sign. I can't be anything other than who I am. I can release certain levels of measure of my fire, but at the core of who I am, my solar plexus, fire. The moment you step in somebody's life and you're trying to get them to alter who they are, you're being fake. Because if you wanted a Mercedes, you should have took your ass down to the Mercedes car lot. But you know you ain't got the credit. And now you want to come out here and floss with us, knowing you didn't go to the Mercedes car lot, you went to the buy here and pay here. This is another thing y'all got to watch people. When people trying to cut corners to be perceived in a certain light, why the fuck you got a Dooney and Bird and you ain't got $40 in your pocket? Why you want to look like money instead of being like money? Why you want to look like you got it going on instead of being a position to have it going on? See, people that are genuine, when they get to the HR, they understand life. They understand how this energy works. They understand that just because I throw a bait in the water, that doesn't guarantee me a fish. That's not what fishing is about. There's no guarantee because you throw something in the water that you're going to capture. Just like a hunter. Just because you set a trap don't mean nobody going to fall in it. That's why you go back and check those traps. That's why you keep every now and then pull your line. Because sometimes your line is in the water and that fish done got your bait and going by this business. Because you didn't have that bait to hook that fish. Because some of y'all ain't took enough time when it comes to magic and conjure to learn how to hook that thing. and make sure it's steady and consistent, and limit your chances of losing your prey. I'm not discussing anything. When I tell you about the oil of oregano and giving you idea, because I already used it. Sometimes I send y'all pictures, but it is never because I think that y'all don't believe me. Because I know that most of my people and the money they spend, they believe. I send out because I'm teaching. There's something I can share, there's something I can't share. But when you are being fake, what you mean, disingenuous, when you're willing to forge an identity or a signature or a image that you know is not you, when the spiritual investigation takes place, and everybody, I can unbuild this great platform, I done built this great website, and to find out that I ain't really crowned. You ain't only hurting yourself. When you're disingenuous, you can fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool all the people all the time. The reason I don't have to walk around and look over my back, because I went through proper protocol. Do you hear me? Is it easy? No, ma'am. No, sir. Is it worth it? Yes. Because you can challenge people when they come and say, well, I ain't. Because in order to say what I'm not, you got to call a lot of people that participate in my ceremony, call them fake. Because when you got a community, because that's what ATRs is, a community that verifies your ascension, that verifies your ability, that verifies you ain't the only witness to your coronation. When Prince Charles got crowned King Charles of Great Britain, there were other people that were not getting crowned that day, but they were there to witness the crowning. I have 9 daughters of Oya that witnessed. The son, when Minister Mario got crowned, all of them were children of Achosi. Do y'all understand? There must be if you're genuine and you're a genuine good man or good woman, other people should bear witness of that goodness. You shouldn't have to be out here trying to sell yourself, because that's a type of forgery. You're trying to accumulate, When I say I'll make your daddy and mama fight over me, that's not just something funny to say. I'm serious. I done been in family that my wife wasn't the only one that was attracted to me. More times than a few. Because if you got something good, somebody else gonna recognize it. Somebody else gonna bear witness of it. I'm claiming to be that powerful, and Demetrius is a powerful man. Why he can't pick up on the energy? Why Ryan can't pick up? Why Bo got a level of discernment by energy and bullshit detector, and he all his own time he ain't picked up no bullshit with me. That mean I ain't with this bullshit. There's too many other people that follow me that have their own standard, their own character, their own contribution to life, that they know I ain't out here bullshitting. That's why these Santeros don't fuck with me. Because if I was a joke, they would have been displayed me as a joke. Them yayas, they would have been. You know why? My Haitian voodoo community, and when I say I don't have to speak Creole to work with Loas, they might not like it. That's why you have to That's why Haitian voodoo is different from Louisiana voodoo or voodoo in general. Because when it come down to work, I can produce. You can't take nothing from me. You can't make me fake. When you challenge me with root work or OBO work, you got to give me my credit. Because you can't fuck with me. And you're trying. And if you really want to fuck with me, you need to be in the bed with me. And I'll fuck you. Cause that's the only way that gonna happen. And I'm in the process of fucking these parasites up. When you don't want to be fake or label fake, you will go through the proper season, the cycle, and the phase. When you are a man or woman that done seen many, many moons and you let somebody play with you, that's your business, sir. That's your business, man. But I'm not gonna let nobody play with me if I can help it. Especially at 52, when I wasn't under play with in my 20s, I'm gonna let you come out here and con artist me or lie to me or deceive me or have me down some rabbit hole buying some bullshit at 52 and retire. I got time now. If I was able to find my way while I had a full-time job and running the church, you damn skip it that I got time to decipher and break that shit down. I want y'all to understand. We use certain language, certain verbiage too loosely. And therefore we can't discern properly when somebody is being disingenuous or fake. You can't tell the fake, and that's a bad place to be in. You can't tell the fake from the real. That's why Alicia Keys' song sound and hit so hard. A real man, gay, straight, or bi, knows a real woman when he sees the common denominator in that is real man, real woman. And it said a real woman knows a real man, gay, straight, or bi, rich or poor, when she sees him. The mere fact that you can't recognize or you want to make what I'm doing in my life fake, it lets me know how fake your ass is. Because anybody of any real caliber knows that I'm real. They know I put the work in and the time in. Now, I may not be moving at the speed of light that you think I ought to be moving, but I assure you, sir and ma'am, I'm moving. And if I want to lay down and get me some rest after a big ceremony, that at 52, I don't work hard enough to do that. And if you in that big of a rush to get your product and your services, you know what you need to do? Buy extra. Buy extra. You a grown ass man and you ain't got but one condom? I know why you got one dick, but why you got one condom? You a grown ass woman and you ain't got one pair of shoes? You fucking up. You doing something wrong. You ain't real, bitch. Everybody want to be a bad bitch without the word bad. Bitch, you don't take care of your kids, you ain't a bad bitch. I don't know what definition you got, but when I hear the word bad, I think of Michael Jackson. This little skinny ass man got grown men and women falling out over him. He ain't got a lick of masculinity in his nipples. But grown men, muscular men, I here emulate his identity. That's how powerful you can be being genuine. He can even tell you a lie and you'll believe it. We sitting there looking at Michael pictures when he was young. You had a nose spread like mine. Now you got a little white woman nose. You can fool some of the people some of the time, but you cannot fool all the people. I don't have to be fake. I'm authentically raised up in my energy, frequency, and vibration. When I say I want you to win, I really mean that. Whether you want to win in your situation or not. When I tell you, I say, get those parasite candles. I'm offering because I gotta know. I got my oil of oregano that I'm consecrating in the backyard. When I tell y'all, I'm utilizing my time, but I want you to have the products that you can get the manifestation so you can come back here and testify. You don't think I love the fact that Demetrius got his egg on stick and he was able to say as a spiritualist how potent, how he didn't feel like he wasted $1,500. Do you not know how you got to operate and function that somebody don't feel like they wasted $1,500? Do you not know what I got to manifest for people to feel like them getting a Haitian Voodoo membership for $3,500? Do you got to know what type of man I got to be in this spiritual community? Do you think I'm out here running my mouth? People would not be giving and donating and supporting my platform, especially $100 for one candle. If this man wasn't able to manifest, I had my member testifying. She got her parasite candle, and when that candle went to work, she wasn't ready. She was like Kevin Hart. I wasn't ready. She'd have been around me 30 years and wasn't ready. When I say that the candle and that energy, them parasites were putting on her ass. And I told everybody, I said it over and over. I said, when you get the parasite and you start that, you attacking the spirit, astral plane, and physically. Not do one of three. I never say do two of three. This is why I keep calling y'all fake ass bitches. Because I know what I tell you. I give out an instruction. I told you to put your leg here and your thigh here and rest your neck on that pillow. Now, because you didn't follow instruction and I flip your ass over, I don't feel bad. Because I gave you something to brace yourself. I give out information. I said, you cannot get your egg on stick unless you got one of your membership. Right? I said, I need you guys to understand these psychic class, the conjure class, because I need you to be able to connect the dots. I always give out instruction because I'm not a fake ass man. I'm not a disingenuous. I tell you, when I come on here, I cannot tell you everything. No master teaches everything he or she got, right? I tell you, that's somebody being genuine. That's somebody being genuine. You know from day one that there's steps. I don't care what I show you on my YouTube page. You already know, sir and ma'am. If I ain't in his classes, if I ain't up on his tutorial, he's leaving things out. I don't care how clear he is. I don't care how much he teach. He's never going to help you connect the dots. I tell people in my classes, I'm going to show you how to connect these dots that I teach on my platform. So you're going to be able to have a quicker manifestation than the rest. Because why should I let you eat better than the people that support me? I don't, let me tell you something. I don't play checkers. I play chess. I think. And I think. And I think. That's why I like smart people. Some of y'all think because I have such a dominant personality that I'm the type of person that I like yes men and yes women. Mm-mm. I like somebody to stand on there. When somebody tell me I can take that dick, I need you to stand on that. I hope you telling me the truth. God knows I do. When my sister's ex-husband talked about his auntie in Jamaica and how bad she was in spirituality, I told her, because he sent a message, so I sent him a message back. I said, I hope that bitch is bad as you say she is, because if she's not, your ass is grass. And when I say I cut the grass and mowed the lawn, you can get out here and declare anything you want. You can be as fake as you want to be. But it comes with consequences. When you're not genuine and you're really not in the practice and you think you're going to, and a lot of y'all, I ain't telling you what not to do because you're grown. But you can't fuck your way to power. Not spiritual power. Because the Loas, the Nkisi, and Pungo, Orisha, they don't care nothing about you giving up dick or pussy ass. If you don't pass their test, you ain't getting it. So keep on sucking the Padrino's dick or eating his ass. Keep on licking the Mambo's pussy or licking her ass or both a dildo and her down. That's y'all business. I'm a freak myself. But I ain't never sexed the power. I done sex some powerful people. Praise God. That idea, I done had some powerful pussy and ass. But it was not for elevation. It was for pleasure. When you're being real and know why you really mad, you stop going into the things for the wrong reason. These ATRs are sciences. They're mathematically engineered. If you don't have the money for your tools, ask yourself this question. When I did have the money, what did I do? Did I spend on some bullshit? Did my priorities wasn't correct? Was I putting my wants before my needs? When you invest in people that are liability, I don't know why you ain't expecting a stock market crash. When you choose not to be around faithful people, consistent people, genuine people, don't call your crowd or your friends fake bitches without calling yourself a fake bitch. When you call your homies fake niggas, make sure you incorporate thyself. When you call other people, spiritual people, fake, make sure you identify your fake ass. Because you don't like fake, don't like hanging around real. Because real exposes fake. It's a reason why you don't like me. It's a reason why you don't support me. Because if you was a real nigga, you would support me. But you a bitch ass nigga that wants some dick, but you ain't man enough to say what's on your mind and what's in your heart and what you want in your ass. And you want to make it about something spiritual when it ain't about none of that. Because I do my job. When you mad with me for what? You got a problem with me for what? Because it ain't about my spirituality. It ain't because I ain't on my post. That's why y'all dealing with all them fake ass people. Stop being fake and you won't have an appetite for fake ass people, places, or things. If it ain't moving, It ain't grooving. Genuine counterfeits. Always remember, they're gonna always try to suppress the real McCoys. I'm not the only real person out here. But for every real person, there's many counterfeits. Because that's why they study us real McCoys. So they can deceive the other people. It ain't about deceiving me or another real McCoy. It's about deceiving you that don't know what's real and fake. They're trying to learn from real people so they can go out there and play fake. Can I say it again? You want to learn from real people, real ass niggas, real ass conjurers, real ass root worker, real ass practitioner, necromancer, all that good shit. Real pastors, real apostles. You want to learn from those people because you can go out and deceive and mislead them other people. Because why go after the counterfeit when you can have the real thing? When I look at my members, and all of them trying to be spiritual, one that way before they came to my ministry. Now all of a sudden you got all this power and your ancestor. Let me tell y'all something. I'm telling you about how fake black people can be. I had one member, brother died. Wasn't even a big time drug dealer from the standards of my family. I just want you to know where I'm coming with the standard, because them type of people I don't consider drug dealers. They just somebody that's out there waiting to get some time or dead. Because you're going to do it on a scale that you can change shit in your life. Okay, anyway. So he passed away. And now she around here act like she got all this power because of her brother's spirit with her. If your ancestor wasn't a powerful root woman, conjure, mystic, adjunct, Eastern Star, Mason, whatever, root man, necromancer, whatever. If people wasn't seeking them out for their conjure, their spirituality, their prayers, their tonics, their elixirs, then the chances of them being powerful in the spirit world is slim to fucking none. I'm just being real with you on a Monday. I want to illuminate your moon cycle. How you get to be so powerful now that you taking my information? I'm the one that got the background. You utilizing my tools, now you more powerful than I am. You're being fake. Because them other people that listen to you, they don't know where you got that information from. But the day of the hour, when they find out that you got there from the very man that you said is the devil, I want you to remember every adjective you use concerning me. I want everybody that's a part of my platform and really want to learn from me. I'm going to teach you how to be real, genuine, as an individual, still connected to all things. Every adjective that you decided to come up when it came to me and my ministry, I want you to remember that. When you cannot measure up, when you cannot produce the harvest that I can produce. I was able to produce a harvest even when I was sick, when I was down. I ain't talking about I was 4.3, I was down. And I still was able to manifest, read, and everything. My nurse came in there, She was RN. I said, baby, let me show you. I'm gonna show you how good I really am at reading energy. Everybody that walked through that door, I told her about them. She said, oh my God, they are like that. She knew I didn't know none of them people. So when I told my son that their blood was in the hospital and they were lying to me and they're gonna lie to him, I wasn't guessing. See, you better understand something. When I deal with people, they have real problems. And they're looking for real results. See, you a fake ass bitch when it comes to conjuring. You just trying to baffle people with your bullshit until you get enough money out of them and you can disappear and play ghosts. But I'm still here. I'm still standing. I'm still in the same location. I don't have to change name. I got the same phone number when I was out there hoeing. I got the same number. I ain't changed it. When you genuine about you and about your business, you ain't got to do all that changing. But when you up to sneaky shit, when you up to being foul, and I still keep my business to myself. But I'm telling you the power of being genuine. Because they don't pay their phone bill. And if I don't want to answer, I don't give a goddamn who it is. It could be my mom. I'm not answering. I talk to you when I'm ready to talk to you. My ex-wife used to call me like 40 times, back to back. It ain't gonna make me answer the phone. You can call and I'll look at your phone call. I'm grown as hell. And you should be too, sir. You understand what it is to be genuine. You understand what it is to be fake. Especially when it comes to spirituality. Every time you try to get a shortcut, you're being fake as hell to that particular tradition. I want to know the outs and the ends of Palo. I want to know the outs and the ends when it comes to Ocha, Lukumi, or Santeria. I want to know the outs and ends when it comes to Kabbalah. That's why I take out the time to study. You can't tell me about something that I'm skillful in. That's why I know if you real about your shit, that's why I can look back on my spiritual dad at 13, and the reason I keep talking about him, because he told me some real shit. He taught me some real magic. He's the first person that taught me how to flip cars through magic. I had to say that. I don't have to cut nobody wires. They break line. I don't have to do none of that shit. I don't have to tamper with your car physically. I can flip your car, and I was able to do that in my teens. He taught me that. He was working on a court case, and he flipped that car, and then witness did not make it to the court. I know, so, and like I told you, I'm 52 years old. I was learning shit like that in my 14, 15, 16, 17. You play with me, you want to. I take that little Chevette and box your ass. I told one lady, I said, don't fuck with me, because I will make you find a tree for that car. I'll do it. You talking about astral project. You don't want me to show up in your car. That's when you real. They want to pay people like that because, let me tell y'all another thing with black people. Because they can't do something, they want to make like your testimonies are fake. When I defy the odds and judgments in the courtroom, I defy doctor's orders. When you fake, you got to make, this is another thing. Because doing church, they do the same thing to ATI. It just wasn't God's will. It just was not God's will. Did you find out that before or after you got my goddamn money? When did you come to a conclusion it was not the Lord's will for me to have a certain level of victory? Like, explain to me, When did you come to that conclusion? That was after I made my Zelle to you, or my PayPal, or my Cash App. What? When did you come to the conclusion you did not have the power, bitch, to help me? When did you come to the conclusion that your pharmaceutical medicine was not gonna help me? These are fake ass doctors, nurses. I don't care. I even down to the financial institution. These bitches fake. You ain't trying to help me, bitch. You trying to make a paycheck. And that's all right, because we live in a capitalist society. I ain't gonna get mad at you trying to get your coins. But bitch, don't tell me you here for me. Because you don't give a goddamn about me. And that's okay. I give a goddamn about me. And I want melanated people to know what it is to care about themselves. And stop putting that responsibility off on other people. Because bitch, you being fake. You're being fake. To want your garbage man husband to give you the lifestyle of a lawyer, bitch, you fake as hell, and you wrong for that shit. You got your baby mama popping pussy. Now you want her to be a virtuous woman? You fake as hell, nigga. You unrealistic. You met that nigga as community dick. That nigga been sucking dick. He put Oscar Mayer to shame. He got 48 weenies. He done sucked every one. Now you want him to be something he is absolutely not. Huh? That man give up more ass than Collar got liver pill. But now you want loyalty. That's what I say about these niggas out in these streets. They ain't loyal. Nigga, you ain't loyal. You ain't even being real. How you looking for a shark in a canal? How you looking for a prince in the hood? Could you please explain that unto us? Cause anybody with some common sense can look at that shit and it's just like how was you not expecting for it to come up like that? You gonna take a Hajjana route that you got, and a lot of y'all fake ass spiritualists, you Amazon queens, and y'all and what? Tell these people the truth. This is all the fuck I can afford. This is not all spirituality can be for you, but this is the part that I'm willing to go in conjure. Apostle Eli ain't telling you nothing wrong. When he say he not a Walmart or a Dollar General or Family Dollar spiritualist, he's correct. I'm not gonna get mad at him. If you a thrifty ass person, that's fine. You like Roman silk, that's fine. What you don't have a right to do is somebody else looking for quality. When you that fake and that poor, you're not being real. And if you ain't being real in your natural life, you definitely ain't gonna be real in your spiritual life. You're gonna really think that you equate my level of experience and gifting, and your oil of oregano is the same as mine. Get that fuck out of here. When my Padrino and Opener finished my culture, I told my tribe, I said I had to elevate it on the extraterrestrial level. Cause I don't fuck with weak shit. I try to get it as strong as I can. If I had 4 inches, it would be the strongest 4 inches you ever had in your goddamn life. I bet you that. If I had a half a ton, this would be the strongest ass tongue, half a ton you ever had. I bet you that. Whatever I offer, I bet it's strong. My confidence, my faith, my belief system, my integrity, my class. You got to stop running around using them terms when you don't understand those terms and how you can fit them same terms. You being a fake about your business. I told one girl, I said, baby, got me confused. I'm private. I'm not shamed. I was always taught when I was a kid, if you shame of it, don't do it. I ain't ashamed of nothing I do. Huh? I ain't ashamed of nothing I do. And I ain't never had nobody have a problem with kissing these same lips. I don't care what I do. I gets down. But do they have a problem putting these luscious lips? They don't have a problem. I don't care how I get down. Now, maybe you won't kiss your man. Maybe you won't kiss the nigga you with. Huh. But I have some problems in my life, but that ain't one of them. I'm just trying to help melanated people get real. I do real magic. I do a real conjure over him. And I need you to be as real as possible so you don't have those fake moments with me when I have to shatter your mindset. I don't want to waste, I'm 52. I don't want to waste no more time with the fake aspects of how you interact in the world. When we come to conjure, get your money right and have your mind made up about what you want to do. And let's do that. And let's make some shit happen where you can have a testimony. And you say, I want to thank God and the devil for Apostle Ely, the chief apostle, Samuel Ely Jr. I said my goal before I leave here is to be one of the most powerful chaos beings that ever touched down on this planet. And goddamn it, I'm on my merry way. Now you might want to be basic. You might want to be bland or in between. That's your business. But when it comes to my magic, I want the best. When it comes to my ego, I want the best. I didn't even do my Father's Day thing with my dad or Minister Mario because I can go to Miami like I wanted to and get the type of stuff. See, I'm the type of Negro, if I can't represent like I want to represent, I'd rather wait. If I can give your package the way I want to give your package so you can brag on the shit that I do, I'll wait. Cause when I want you to get your package, I want impact. When you go get your services from me, I want impact. Why you think I'm bragging about the 13th circle? Because I'm gonna make all you motherfuckers that play pussy with me and play fake with me. When I do that particular ceremony, you're gonna wish to God. I keep trying to tell you, you better ask my baby mamas. Don't sleep on this Negro here. I don't overhype nothing. Dimitri will tell you, I didn't overhype my egg on stick at all. I don't do that. If I can't bring it, I ain't gonna say it. Because I don't like to be wrong. I'm 52 years old. I'm tasty and intoxicated. And I know it. And I know my shit. And if you trying to get your life in a better perspective place, then let me do my conjure. Let me operate in the seasons. Let me operate in the cycles. Let me operate in the phases of this moon. And I get your shit right. Because I need you to be able to say, you know what? I mess with Apostle Ely, and when I say he deliver, see the difference between you having sex with them and not having sex with me, that my only interest, did you have a good time? See, I always look for the callback. I'm gonna always enjoy what I'm doing, just like it is when I conjure. I love magic. When I'm doing any form of magic, I love it. My only job is to make you lose your ever-loving mind, My only job is to make you climatic to the point you get tired of coming. My only job is to make sure you need hydration when I get done. I know already that your muscles have memory. And when I work them muscles, I'm already giving my spiritual signature. This ass ain't gonna never forget this. You understand? See, you don't go in there trying to please nobody. You ain't trying to be skillful. You coming there with that fake shit, that fake stroke. I'm something to be reckoned with at 52. I'm not nothing to be played up with, spiritually or naturally or sexually, economically, educational. I'm just not him. When I share something with you, it's with the purpose of you growing and developing and becoming a better version of yourself, not me. I tell you what's good for you and your energy. I tell you what I would do if I was in your position. I would not be playing games with these sweet Dick Willis spells and Sister Good Pussy spells. I wouldn't be playing with egg on stick. I'd be trying to get my shit. Cause this man, now both can testify. I think Mama Susan here. It's other people, but I sent out to Texas. When I tell you I'm not nothing to be played up in the bedroom, I will make your daddy and mama, I will snatch they fucking spine out their back. Huh? I'm not the one. So when I do magic, I do it with that kind of energy and frequency. Now what you got to do, you got to understand who you gonna give your good pussy to and your good sweet dick willy to. That's you. Whoever you gonna share that energy with. Now you can take that same energy and do some powerful road opening spells. Hey, you grown. Sometimes I take my energy and try to bore a hole in somebody's ass. Sometimes I take my sacred energy and I'm trying to open roads just like I'm opening legs. I have the power of open sesame. You know you doing something with them thighs trembling. When they got that knee jerk response, you know you handling that ass. I don't even need. Once I get to your mind, that your mind connected to your ass, and once I do to your ass, I'm gonna make your ass tell you what to think. See, if you understood magic, you would know how all that's connected. But you won't sit up on nobody that lived the life. Not a fake life. Not a life of excuses. The reason why you support me, it should be because you've been a genuine student and learner of real dark magic, melanin magic. You ain't got to have my personality. Because my personality will get you killed. I ain't even gonna lie. If I didn't have it like I had it, I wouldn't be talking like I'm talking either. But I do. And therefore, as a Sagittarius, I'm going to flaunt it. I definitely am. God done healed me and restored me like he did. Who? Open door. Renee. My Aquarius. I'm serious. So I want y'all to really know it's so many ways to be genuine. But it's a lot of people that fake, but they don't know they being fake. They say they're genuine, but they really not genuine. And when I do magic, I say specifically, I do real magic over here, real spirituality. And people that have that mindset, they understand that I work with nature, I work with energy, I work with frequency, vibration. And if I want to put a product out there. Yeah, I consecrated the oil of oregano, but I also got it energizing out in my backyard with shungite, the pyramid. I don't care how strong they are. They ain't but $100. The candles ain't up but $100. I want you to win. So when you get on my platform or you talking to people about me, you give the Sagittarius the praise that they deserve. When I say I'm gonna work for you, I am. Because I love results. I love winning. A lot of people took advantage of my affection and my concern for them, and they squandered a lot of opportunities. I'm 52 years old. I'm not in that. If you want to get some popping in your life, and you willing to respect the whole process of magical practices, I'm your guy. I'm not gonna let nobody make me cut corners. If I got to drive far or near, or I got to order, I'm gonna do what I got to do so I can get the results I'm looking for. And I hope that you can appreciate that about me. If you real and genuine, you're gonna appreciate it. But if you fake and phony, you're gonna always find a problem. Anything that I say or what I do. Because at the end of the day, it's not the messenger, it's the message. And if you get past some of my verbiage and my personality, the message is still real. It's still genuine. It's still authentic. And it's still necessary and relevant to each and every one of you. Whether you watch this, that's why I tell people, I say, when you ready, I'm gonna know you ready. When I look at that Zelle, when I look at that PayPal, I'm gonna know you about business. Other than that, you wasting your time with me. You're wasting your absolute time. Money talk bullshit, Walt, and I'm not into the bullshit. If you really serious about your business, you'll do what it takes. Just like I'm doing right now. I'm sacrificing because I'm trying to get a millionaire status. So I got to make some hell of a sacrifice. I hope this inspires you. I hope this made a lot of sense to you, and I hope you actually apply this. Because I want certain people to make sure that if you supporting me, that you're getting the manifestations that are necessary to bring you the best quality of life that you can have experience. That's my goal. That's my goal. And just like I'm talking to Padrino, because my health is getting better. I told Demetrius I'm getting into Kimbanda. I strive to keep my word. I'm not gonna hurt myself, but I really believe when I say something to somebody, if something happened, I try to keep them aware. But I'm a very genuine person. I ain't here to fuck nobody around because I don't want to be fucked around. I want to fuck, but I don't want to be fucked around. So I hope you understand that interpretation. I love y'all. I'll see y'all later. God bless.